In this session, Dr. Barth and I will be exploring the benefits behind taking what we call a herbal holiday. Now, what you'll discover is that a herbal holiday can take many forms depending on your lifestyle and your circumstances. So as you hear all of the wonderful information that Dr. Barth has to share, really take a moment to think about how you might benefit from taking one in a safe way.
An herbal holiday is a time where you don't take a medication or an herb. For example, let's say you take something every night of the week to go to sleep. It could be an herb, it could be a little pill, and you might do that Monday to Friday and then decide Saturday and Sunday, I don't need to do that. Another example, something maybe a little more familiar to some people, might be you take a medication to help you focus when you're at school. You take that again during the school day or during the school hours, but you don't do it on a weekend where you're out playing tennis. That's a holiday, an herbal holiday or a medication holiday, where you don't actually take that medication or herb. So people who would benefit the most from having an herbal holiday are the people who use a fair amount of the herb consistently. Say, for example, some people use it almost every day, all day, for whatever reason, maybe chronic pain. They would benefit by taking a whole day without it. Other people who use it just every evening, they might benefit from taking an evening off. They would benefit more than somebody who uses it 2 or 3 times a week. Those people probably actually don't really need an herbal holiday. So part of that depends on the amount that's used and how frequently. But in either event, you don't want to stop anything suddenly. You don't want to be using an herb all day, every day, wake up one morning and say, I'm done for 2 days. That might not be the best way for your body because it takes a little while to adjust. So one way to do that might be to cut back a little, use a little bit less for a day or two, and then stop totally for a day. If you're not using a lot, just using small amounts, say every single night, it's totally safe and appropriate to just stop one night and not use it. Same way with starting back up. You want to start gradually. If you've stopped for a day or two, you don't want to go back to the original dose, the original amount you were using. You want to start slowly because your body has recalibrated. It's found the new balance, and it takes a little while to rebalance again. So the way the body works, it teaches itself how to have a balance. So if we're using a lot of an herb all day, every day, that becomes the new norm for the body. And it's not always the most beneficial for a therapeutic outcome. So what we would do is decrease the amount somewhat over a day or two and then stop. And then the body gets to a new equilibrium, new balance, and then we would restart again to achieve that balance and equilibrium. In other words, the body develops a tolerance for a particular herb or medication. And by stopping, we achieve a new balance for ourselves. So the answer to that is not straightforward. It depends on how much herb the person is using and how frequently. Somebody who's using a lot every day and has been doing so consistently for a long period of time might take one a little bit more frequently, but maybe for a shorter time span. So if they're using it for chronic pain, they might take one day per week. If they're using it just to sleep, they might take one evening per week. If they're using it just a small amount here and there, might be they take a whole week off. There's no actual number that is perfect for everybody. It depends on the individual's amount of usage, their medical condition, and the tolerance that has developed for them. So the first thing I would do is start paying attention. Even before you take the herbal holiday, pay attention to your own body, your mental and physical well-being. See how you're responding. Oh, I use this herb in the morning and this is how it affects me. Or I use it in the evening, this is how it affects me. This is how I wake up. You might even keep a journal. Then you go, okay, it seems that I'm using it all the time, every day. Let's see what happens if I change it somehow and don't use anything on a Saturday. Check in with yourself Sunday, see how you feel. Do you feel better? Do you feel worse? Do you feel about the same? The point is to use the least amount of medicine to get the most effect. So only you will know that. Only you will be able to discover that. And sometimes the discovery takes a little bit of time, a little bit of experimenting. So don't be shy. Just go for it, try it out, and make sure you're really paying attention.
Okay, take a moment now to determine if you might benefit from taking a herbal holiday. If the answer is yes, come up with a few examples of how you'll be able to integrate a break from medicine into your lifestyle. And if you have any more questions about that, please reach out. We're always here to help you.